Now on CoastTV News.
A fire weather warning is in effect for our area today. Low humidity and gusty winds this afternoon will elevate the danger for explosive fires. I'll have the details on that, plus much needed rain is on the way. Your forecast is coming up.
Fire threat in New Jersey as we deal with issues here on Delmarva, the situation occurring in neighboring states.
Dredging to begin. What to expect at the Indian River Inlet once this project gets underway.
To the right side he goes. Incomplete at the goal line.
Denied by Ravens D. That 2-point try at the end of the game caps a wild comeback Thursday night in Baltimore.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. It's Friday, November 8th, 2024.
Yeah, I got another day of the drought and now a new warning because of these dry conditions, Paige.
Yeah, we got to be careful out there. So we're going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Chahi. Bob, this fire warning is now kind of this one thing that's at the top of our minds.
It is, and it is kind of inevitable with this dry stretch of weather. It's so dry out there that it's no surprise that we do have a fire weather warning for all of Delaware and a portion of the eastern shore this afternoon. Low humidity and gusty winds will contribute to that possibility of explosive fires. So really be careful out there as the burn bans continue. We had a few sprinkles this morning, not in Delaware, but farther south across Maryland and Virginia, and now maybe just a little sprinkle around Chincoteague and George Island Landing. You can see those showers were a little numerous earlier, just enough to wet the ground, but now the clouds will decrease with time. Now we'll see that drier air as high pressure builds in. 55 out the door in Redden this morning, 60 in Salisbury, and 50s and 60s along the coast. The winds are light now, but it's later this afternoon that we're concerned with the stronger winds and the lower humidity and the higher fire danger. Clouds clear out this morning, otherwise mostly sunny. It will be cooler today by noon into the 60s, right around lower 70s by 2 o'clock, but that's when the winds ramp up and the humidity drops, and then temperatures falling through the 60s this evening. So looking good for Friday night lights. Riding the ferry today, looking pretty good. Winds picking up as we go through time with temperatures in the 50s, then warming through the 60s, upper 60s by noon with lots of sunshine.
Thank you, Bob. We've been tracking this record drought. It's been about a month and a half now, and now this warning, just the latest issue that we're dealing with.
Yeah, fire's been a concern for a while. Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Milton. Elisa, although those fallen leaves look pretty this time of year, they can be a serious fire hazard.
Yeah, Matt and Paige, it's hard to remember what it feels like to experience a rainstorm or any rain at all because it's been over 40 days since we've experienced measurable rain here on Delmarva. And as Bob mentioned, we are under a fire weather warning due to those high winds and the low humidity. And with fires being a concern during these dry periods of time, Delaware has actually been under a burn ban for the past couple of weeks, and the Maryland Department of Natural Resources has banned open air burning. So that means no campfires, bonfires, or any charcoal grilling. And as you both mentioned, the foliage has been beautiful this fall, and here in Milton you see a ton of dry leaves around me. But it's dry leaves like these that can be a serious concern during these dry conditions. And actually in Georgetown on Sunday, we did see a brush fire start, and although it was controlled by officials, fires could be more serious, again, because we have not experienced a lot of rain. So it's important to be careful and follow those burn bans in order to stay safe. Back to you.
Elisa, thank you so much. Happening now, it's a wildfire that's tearing through parts of New Jersey, continuing to threaten several homes in that area. According to the New Jersey Forest Fire Service, firefighters have been working around the clock in order to get ahead of that fire's path to slow its advance and help contain the blaze. Officials say evacuation orders have been lifted because they do believe they have a strong hold on those fires.
A Delmarva tradition like no other, Return Day, returning to Georgetown on Thursday, a celebration of bipartisanship. We're showing you some of the scenes on your screen. This is what the parade looked like. For decades, before the returns of the elections are read aloud, political opponents have ridden side by side in horse-drawn carriages, though in more recent years you see more cars, but the idea is the same. Politicians from across the state ride through town together. There are also marching bands and pageant queens and other parade favorites. And after the big Return Day parade weaved its way through Georgetown, all eyes then turned to Sussex County Sheriff Robert Lee. He certified the 2024 election results, and then he passed them to the town crier, Kirk Lawson, who calls out the names and winners and losers for all to hear. Crowds gather as they do every 2 years to honor this timeless Sussex County tradition. For Return Day first-timer Mike Drummond, it was a moment to see history in action.
I think more states, more counties, more of America, because I think in the end, we're all in this together, and we have to work together and not look at each other, even when we have disagreements, as the enemy.
Parade, plenty of food, games, and we're all going to do it again in 2 years.
Sounds good to me. Now, if you've been wondering why the holiday itself is called Return Day, here's the history behind it. It's called Return Day because people returned to the county seat to hear the returns of the election read out loud. Makes sense. Voting changed a lot in the past 2 centuries. Back in the horse and buggy days, voters would travel to the county seat, cast their ballots, and then 2 days later, the politically curious would return again to the county seat to hear the results shouted out by the town crier. It is possible Return Day started in 1792 while it was in Lewis, but according to the county, the tradition moved to Georgetown in 1811 or 1812.
Yeah, this does bring us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what makes Return Day important to you. So let's take a look at the updated results that we have.
Yeah, a lot of you chiming in here. 34% of you saying it's the historical significance, 53% the political unity, and a few of you chiming in with community interaction and personal tradition. All fantastic options there. No wrong answers. If you haven't voted yet, you can go to coasttv.com or vote on our app, and we'll continue to show you some updated results.
During a speech from the Rose Garden, President Joe Biden promised his staff would assist President-elect Trump's transition team, emphasizing a successful, free, and fair electoral process.
Trump is now putting together his presidential cabinet. NBC's Bree Jackson shows us what both men are saying about the future transition of power.
She gave her whole heart and effort.
President Biden addressing the nation for the first time since President-elect Trump's decisive victory over Vice President Harris.
We accept the choice the country made. I've said many times, you can't love your country only when you win. You can't love your neighbor only when you agree.
The president praising Harris for her historic run.
She ran an inspiring campaign, and everyone got to see something that I learned early on to respect so much. Her character.
President Biden also pledging a peaceful transfer of power on January 20th as former President Trump prepares for his second administration.
America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate.
In a phone interview with NBC News, President-elect Trump was asked about his plans for mass deportations and potential cost associated with it. His response, "We have no choice when people have killed and murdered," and stated, "There is no price tag." Democrats are preparing for a political fight.
We're going to have to defend the Constitution and the democracy against chaos in the streets if they're really serious about trying to deport 12 million people and run over the Bill of Rights.
President-elect Trump will likely have some help trying to get his agenda through Congress. Republicans secured a Senate majority, but control of the House remains up in the air. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
And President-elect Trump set to make history with one of his first picks for his new administration. Mr. Trump says Susie Wiles will be the next White House Chief of Staff. She will be the first woman ever in that role.
And what's next for President Biden? First, it's a weekend trip to our coast that begins today. The president is expected to arrive in the early evening hours. According to the Federal Aviation Administration, a temporary flight restriction will go into effect at 5. This will be Biden's 12th visit to his North Shore's home this year.
New this morning, beach nourishment and dredging at the Indian River Inlet. According to the Delaware Seashore State Park, the project is set to begin soon. The agency says a portion of the Indian River Marina will close for 2 weeks in preparation for work on the north side beach. Closure includes the grassy area between the marina and the shoreline area where the rocks are placed. The agency says the area will reopen once work is complete.
Also new this morning and happening today, Delaware Senator Tom Carper will be visiting Sussex County. According to his office, Carper is celebrating the opening of the new Tidewater Park playground in Laurel. Officials say that park is inspired by Nanticoke history. A lot of work and money has gone into that project. It took almost $1 million grant to build. The event takes place at 11 at the playground in Laurel.
Thriller last night in Baltimore. The Ravens trailed the Bengals at one point in the third quarter, 21-7. But we go early fourth quarter. Lamar Jackson, this is his 4th touchdown pass of the night. This one to Rashad Bateman, and the Ravens take the lead 35-28. Under a minute to go, Joe Burrow, he had 4 touchdown passes on the night. This makes it a 35-34 game, and the Bengals, they're going for 2 points here. They're going for the win, but Burrow's pass, incomplete. A comeback win for the Ravens. They improved to 7-3. And we'll have more on this game later on Coast TV News Today.
Looking forward to that. Right now, we're just getting started this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, the weekend is here, Paige.
Yes.
We got you covered with some cool things to do.
Love that. Also, officials take the hatchet toss, one staple of Return Day, along with the coast, and which mayor came out on top.
And one family will need to rebuild after this car crashed into that house. Where the investigation on all of this stands by Milford officials. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Get ready, Delmarva. Excitement and incredible savings have arrived at Gateway Subaru. Save up to $3,200 on a new 2025 Subaru Outback with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. Or save up to $2,300 off a new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. And be among the first to drive the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. Stop in and reserve yours today. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Make sure your neighborhood feels like home with landscaping and property services by Herker Property Maintenance. We combine science and art to create and maintain the landscape masterpiece you've always dreamed of. We can handle the largest developments and commercial properties all over and provide a consistent data evaluation to keep your property perfectly maintained. Clean, innovative, fast, reliable, from landscaping to pavement services and everything in between. Take an innovative approach with Herker Property Maintenance.
In 1925, a simple bank ledger began journaling the transactions of life in Willards, Maryland. New houses, barns, and farm equipment. Growing families and businesses both big and small. A record through time of hardship and prosperity. 100 years ago, the founding of the Farmers Bank of Willards was vital to the town. 100 years later, banking has changed, but the Farmers Bank remains steadfast in its original mission, keeping and reinvesting millions of dollars right here for the benefit of our communities.
When choosing a granite countertop, choose one for real life and beauty. No matter what life throws at them, they'll look beautiful forever. Ancient Art Stone invites you to discover the affordability of granite and upgrade your home to the beautiful works of art from Ancient Art Stone. Centrally located in Milford, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva to make your dreams a reality. Visit us and allow our devoted professionals to craft, fabricate, and install a superior finished product that will transform your home into a work of art.
Just about 6:13 on our Friday morning, a very peaceful looking Boardwalk Plaza, Camp 59 in Rehoboth. The ocean pretty flat and the sun coming up here in about 15 minutes. We've got clouds and blue skies right now. We had a few sprinkles or light showers farther south across Maryland and Virginia early on, but now those are kind of fizzling out. We'll be drying out throughout the day, and then as high pressure builds in, humidity drops this afternoon. That's when we're concerned about the elevated fire danger. 50s and 60s out the door, and we've got light winds, but those winds ramp up later this afternoon. For the kiddos at the bus stop, good visibility. That chance of a stray shower is dwindling. 58 off to school, and then heading home, we're looking at cooler conditions, but still on the mild side, high around 70, breezy and mostly sunny.
Bob, thank you. Check this out now. A car crashed into a house and then hit another car that was parked in a garage. We're going to show you the extensive damage on your screen. This all happened in Milford on West Bulrush Drive. The Carlisle Fire Company responded a little before 11 a.m. They say they were originally called, though, for a small fuel leak. No word just yet on any injuries or even what led to that crash.
Yeah, I got an update for you on a tragic story we had earlier this week. We now know the name of the man who died in a crash Monday night in Seaford. According to Delaware State Police, 64-year-old Dwayne Jackson was killed in this accident. It happened on Route 13 sometime around 8. The early investigation shows that a Kia, driven by a 33-year-old Milford woman, crossed into Jackson's path. That resulted in the crash. She was hospitalized with serious injuries and no official update on her status.
Days after the presidential election, books like 1984, Fahrenheit 451 are flying off shelves following Donald Trump's re-election. Author Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale hit the top of Amazon's best-selling books. In just one day, actually, The Handmaid's Tale skyrocketed to third place from its previous ranking at 209. The Handmaid's Tale takes place in a male-dominated future America where the U.S. Constitution is suspended, and in the novel, the media is censored. Women are forced to bear children for the ruling class.
Drop in gas prices has slowed down due to a rare November hurricane in the Gulf. According to AAA, the national average for a gallon of gas only fell by 3 cents since last week, dropping to $3.10. And Hurricane Rafael pulled away from Cuba Thursday morning after slamming into the island as a Category 3 hurricane. AAA says once the storm clears out, it expects prices at the pump to resume their downward trend.
Still ahead this morning, officials take the hatchet toss. We'll show you the staple of Return Day and which mayor made it stick.
We're seeing clouds in Cambridge this morning, but nothing in the way of rain. 61. Sun's up in about 20 minutes, and a fire weather warning is in effect for our area today. Low humidity, gusty winds this afternoon will elevate the fire danger. I'll have details on that, plus much needed rain on the way. The timing on that in your full forecast in 2 minutes.
Dedication, determination, and drive. That's what's needed to be a DSN Scholar Athlete, brought to you by your Salisbury Honda dealer.
Each month, we'll award a $1,000 scholarship to a Delmarva senior that excels in the classroom and in sports.
They must have a B average or higher and a drive for good sportsmanship.
Nominate your champion today on the Features tab on DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com.
The DSN Scholar Athlete, sponsored by your Salisbury Honda dealer.
Welcome to Beach Barrels. No matter where you're from, everyone is a local. Fun times and good vibes await with a wide variety of craft brews, plus our award-winning Primo Hoagies made fresh daily. Dance the night away at the best live music venue in Ocean City. And there's never a bad seat to catch your favorite sports team. Dine in or relax on our outside deck with comfortable seating and beautiful palm trees for a cozy, tropical atmosphere. Beach Barrels open 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. at 132nd and Coastal Highway.
As temperatures drop, FH Fur invites you to be part of something truly heartwarming, our Fall into Comfort Toy Drive. Through December 15th for only $29, the experts at FH Fur will perform a comprehensive heating system inspection, ensuring your home stays snug through the chilly months ahead. The best part? 100% of the proceeds will go to the United States Marine Corps Reserve's Toys for Tots. Schedule your heating inspection today with FH Fur.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
Coast TV First Alert Weather. Your safety, our commitment.
And we're about to hit 6:18 on this Friday morning. You are looking live at Lewis and the Roosevelt Inlet. Not a lot of lights there, Bob. We do have Friday night lights tonight, and just a few miles west of where we're looking at here, Cape Henlopen will take on St. George's in their regular season finale.
Ooh, that's going to be an exciting one. And we've really lucked out, Matt, with these games on Friday nights for Friday night lights. And tonight is no exception. We're looking at clearing skies, and it will be breezy as well. So make sure you have that windbreaker. Friday night lights sponsored by DSM Plus. At kickoff, I think we're looking at mostly clear skies around 60 degrees, and then halftime 56. So it definitely will be cooler. But once again, a nice night for football. But on the flip side of the coin, it's a fire weather warning as we go through the afternoon for all of Delaware and the Eastern Shore. We're going to see low humidity and gusty winds into the afternoon, so that chance of fires could become explosive. Be extra careful as we see that fire weather warning as well for the Eastern Shore. And that's also the case around the Washington, Baltimore area, Philly, New Jersey, New York, southern New England. So a big chunk of the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast seeing the drought conditions and the higher fire danger as well. Drought monitor, this is not shocking. The severe drought area continues to expand to include pretty much all of our area. And now we're up to day 43 of no rain. Now, we've had a few sprinkles of rain, but really nothing measurable in Georgetown with the old record back in 2001. And we had a few showers across Maryland and Virginia earlier, nothing in Delaware. You can see our time lapse that we had a few sprinkles, maybe around Salisbury down to Shinkity, but now that has dried up. And now we're just looking at mostly the partly cloudy skies skies, but we've got clear skies off to the north and west. So we'll see the sunshine building in through the day with that drier air with high pressure building in. We are looking at, wow, a lot of snow across New Mexico and Colorado. They're measuring that snow in feet and then rain across the plains. It would be nice to see that system, but that's cut off from the jet stream and will just spin its wheels out there. 50s and 60s out the door this morning for us. We're looking at the light winds, and then the clouds clear out this morning. Futurecast mid-morning, low 60s and then upper 60s by noon. I guess the good side of this is that it's cooler into the afternoon with 60s and lower 70s. That should lower the fire danger a little bit, but the breeze and lower humidity won't help. We cool it off this evening, still breezy through the overnight. By Saturday morning, we're in the 40s, and then it's going to be a chilly Saturday. Lots of sunshine, but temperatures pretty much in the 50s into the afternoon hours. Maybe some clouds into Saturday night and Sunday morning, and a chilly start on Sunday morning. Here's our next best chance for rain. Sunday evening, Sunday night into Monday morning, we have that chance of measurable rain, and it will not be a washout on Veterans Day. I think we do clear it out later in the day. As far as the winds go, they get gusty this afternoon, over 20 miles per hour at times. Then they actually ramp up through the overnight, over 30 miles per hour at the beaches. So make sure you secure those outdoor items, and then moving into Saturday, that northerly breeze will diminish with time. And this is great to see, maybe 2 to 3/10 of an inch of rain from that Sunday, Monday rain. Here's that hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. It's Rafael. It's a big hurricane, but it'll move to the west and kind of weaken as it undergoes shear. But some of the moisture from that could actually move up into a front and enhance our rain. Let's hope that happens. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. Cool today, and then really cool Saturday, 59, then showers later Sunday. That rain continues into early Monday, 73, then cooler 60s Tuesday and Wednesday with another rain chance by Thursday.
Thank you, Bob. And we've been showing you throughout the morning some of the scenes from the big return day festivities that took place Thursday in Georgetown. One of the events, the hatchet toss with the mayors. Each mayor met up at 9 a.m. Thursday morning to take turns tossing a hatchet at a block of wood, hoping to be the one to stick it. Georgetown Mayor Bill West says it's a great way to get the return day festivities started.
Fantastic, fantastic. You know, we get that done early, and then we let the mayors sit back and relax and go to a couple events if they want to. And then they've got like a shuttle that all the mayors are going to ride in to go through the parade today, which I think is the first time this has ever been done. So that's fantastic.
And the mayor who ended up sticking the hatchet, Millville's Ron Belenko, and the fun ended with a group photo of all the mayors together.
Coming up on Coast TV News today, Veterans Day is approaching, and we're going to tell you about some fun events taking place in honor of that day. Don't go anywhere.
If your family's anything like mine, life brings in dirt and messes.
Touchdown!
Yes! 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 Oh! Sit back, relax, and leave the deep cleaning to the pros. Your home isn't clean until it's Stanley Steamer Clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Born in the stars, formed in the earth, shaped by designers around the world, and curated by Khalsa Jewelers in Lewis. Paul Chen, also known as Sundar Khalsa, is a meditation and yoga master as well as the owner of Khalsa Jewelers.
At Khalsa Jewelers, we offer signature pieces to celebrate love in those special moments in our life. Peace to all, light to all, love to all. Celebrate with us at historic Lewis and Rehoboth Beach.
Design a custom home that fits your unique style and budget with Accessible Home Builders. At Accessible, we provide you with a variety of customizable options to create the home of your dreams.
Accessible Builders provided us with a beautiful home.
Scott is full of ideas from his past experiences, and he really worked with us on all our custom asks and wants.
We would definitely recommend Accessible Builders.
Completely customize your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
18 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow. all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would
So they're
say-
made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would
And
go-
they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think
And
so.
they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out?
And
And the
so-
custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
All right, we're going to bring back First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey with us. And boy, we're getting into mid-November, Paige.
Sorry.
I know.
If they didn't see what happened, it's not funny. It's just a little finger
I'm not
gun.
used to being at the top of this block. Used to other stories, so it's just kind of like, oh, I hear my song.
I know.
It's time for the beat
Hey,
forecast.
it's Bob. It's Bob's music, Bob time. It's all about Bob. So let's talk. Let's talk weather, Bob.
Yeah, let's talk about it. You know, we talked about the higher fire danger into the afternoon hours, but let's talk about the nice weather at the beaches. We're looking at Assateague and Chincoteague in the 60s, and I think around 70 for Chincoteague later on, and you may not get out of the 60s for Assateague, as we're looking at 1 to 3 foot waves, and the winds picking up this afternoon offshore, and the UV index is moderate. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, we're looking at temperatures into the 60s today, close to 70 degrees. Next 3 days in Cambridge, 71 today, then a big cool down Saturday, 59. Sunday, ooh, look at that, a rain icon. How about that? Rain later in the day there, and then for Crisfield, you're cooling down too, and I think those rain chances do increase for everybody later Sunday into Monday. More on that, plus the higher fire danger coming up in the next half hour.
Thank you so much. Now, it's been a long week with Election Day and the usual work grind, but the weekend, it is just about here.
Paige, it is here, and we have some cool things to do around Delmarva. Now, ahead of Veterans Day on Monday, the Delaware Botanic Gardens is offering free entry for veterans with military ID. Plus, anyone bringing a food donation for the Home of the Brave Foundation, you can also get in for free.
Great idea. Delaware Beer, Wine, and Spirits Showcase celebrates 14 years this Saturday. That's at the Delaware Agricultural Museum in Dover. Expect tastings, food trucks, live music, special exhibits, and museum tours.
And don't miss the Rehoboth Beach Independent Film Festival at the Cinema Art Theater in Lewis. It runs through Sunday. For more event details, tickets, and more information, head to CoastTV.com. Click on Cool Things to Do.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
Good night, girls.
Good night, Dad. Come on, let's go. Are you ready to sew some carpet? And LVP. Okay, I'm ready. What about our clothes? Let's do it. We have tons of carpet that's really nice. We have cash and carry LVP, as low as $1.99.
I'll take both.
Maybe you girls are ready.
Wait, was that a dream?
Matt the Carpet Guy, the flooring of your dreams done right.
Avery Hall has exceeded my expectations, not only as a client, but more so probably like the care that they take. I'm in the real estate profession, and so we're always looking for industry partners to kind of continue on the kind of care and service that we provide on the real estate side. And we found that Avery Hall was just a phenomenal fit. There's obviously a continuity of service that we can expect from them. I just always feel as though I'm being taken care of. And our clients have had such a great experience with Avery Hall that there's nobody else that we really recommend.
With more than 25 years of surgical expertise, Dr. Julie Berry is now accepting new patients at Tidal Health Ear, Nose, and Throat Surgery. Dr. Berry offers specialized care for a wide range of general ear, nose, and throat disorders. Whether you're dealing with chronic sinus issues or require advanced surgical intervention, Dr. Berry is here to provide expert care tailored to your specific needs. Discover the difference that expert care can make. Schedule your appointment today.
Are you suffering from hair loss? Maybe you need to cut a few pounds. Ready to start dating again? Well, here at East Coast Plumbing, Heating, and Air, we can help you with none of that.
But what we can help you with is plumbing repairs, drain cleaning, tub and showers, water heaters, air conditioning, heat pumps, gas furnaces, and sewer and water main replacements. Stop dealing with chamois that don't work and call Delmarva's top service provider.
East Coast Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
Or find us online at eastcoastplumbing247.com. Forget about it.
Now on Coast TV News.
A fire weather warning is in effect today for our area. Low humidity and gusty winds this afternoon will elevate the fire danger for us. I'll have details on that. Plus, much needed rain is on the way. Your forecast is coming up.
Biden heading back to the beach after a Thursday Rose Garden speech. President getting ready to spend the weekend here along our coast.
Improving the inlet, we're looking at the dredging project that's about to begin at the Delaware Seashore State Park.
Recapping Return Day, the sights and sounds of the Sussex County tradition that promotes bipartisanship in the Delaware political scene.
This is Coast TV News Today.
Friday, November 8th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks so much for joining us.
Time is 6:30. The drought will not end today, Paige. No. We know that, but we also have that new alert that we're tracking.
Yeah. Not looking too hot, well, weather-wise. Well, I'm not even talking hot.
Right.
I'm talking.
I think it might be hot.
Hot. It might be a little warm today, actually, yeah. We'll bring in Bob right now, though, to explain. Bob, yeah, this drought is just something we are tired of.
Yeah, we are getting tired of it. We knew it was inevitable, guys, that there would be a fire weather warning due to the drought conditions. Low humidity and gusty winds we're expecting this afternoon. So all of Delaware under a fire weather warning, and also the eastern shore of Maryland. Even if you're not in it farther south, still be very vigilant as that fire danger will be high. We've had a few sprinkles this morning, not in Delaware, but farther south, Salisbury towards Chincoteague. You had a few sprinkles, and now you can see they're pretty much gone. They've moved offshore right now, and we've got broken overcast, and eventually it will clear out as clearer air moves in, but that's drier air as well, and that's why our fire danger will be higher this afternoon. 50s and 60s out the door, so pretty comfortable. Winds are light now, but they'll ramp up later on. Some morning clouds give way to sunshine as we go through the morning. Temperatures will be cooler today. By noon, we're into the upper 60s, and then lower 70s around Millsboro, Selbyville, and Berlin, and then 60s at the coast, and then we're looking at cooler conditions for Friday night lights. Looking good for that, and looking good for your jog as well. Clouds clear out with sunshine, winds picking up as we go through the morning, and close to 70 by noon with sunshine.
Bob, thank you. We are now going to focus on those fire concerns on Delmarva as this drought continues.
And Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Milton. Elisa, a sign of the season, the fall season, are leaves. They look pretty. Right now they are a fire hazard.
Matt and Paige, it's hard to remember what it feels like to experience a rainstorm or even put on some rain boots like these, because we're experiencing over 40 days without measurable rain here on Delmarva. And now today, as Bob mentioned, we are under a fire weather warning due to those high winds and low humidity temperatures that we are experiencing. Fire dangers are a serious concern. And now here on Delmarva, we have been experiencing, like we mentioned, a long period drought. And in Delaware, there is a burn ban in place in order to keep people safe. And actually, the Maryland Department of Natural Resources also banned open air burning because they want to keep people safe with these dry conditions. And here in Milton, there's a ton of dry leaves on the ground. And like you both mentioned, the foliage has been beautiful this fall. But these dry leaves, they're a serious fire concern. And actually, in Georgetown on Sunday, we saw a fire happen that was possibly caused by these dry conditions, and while officials were able to control that fire, something could happen if we aren't careful and we aren't following those burn bans. Back to you.
Lisa Weber in Milton, thank you for that. Happening now, people in Jackson, New Jersey are praising firefighters who are currently battling this shotgun wildfire. Evacuations have now been lifted after people there were asked to leave Wednesday. Officials say by Thursday night, about 60% of the blaze had been contained, and they say the 350-acre fire is being fueled by record dry conditions.
Well, now it's all about letting bygones be bygones and honoring Delaware's history. Return Day returned to the coast Thursday. The tradition goes back almost 2 centuries to a time when counting votes actually took days. A big part of Return Day is the food and the vendors.
Yeah, Georgetown Circle packed with people taking part of the nostalgic event. They enjoy that food. They enjoy the vendors, and Coast TV's Brandon Ferguson shows us how many people were thrilled by another successful Return Day.
Music, vendors, and food. That's the recipe for a great Return Day, an event that stretches back more than 200 years here in Georgetown. Lori Miller is a vendor, and she says the Delaware tradition is just special.
Return Day and a sense of community and having everybody come out and participate together is wonderful. I mean, it's wonderful being part of this community.
And part of that wonder is the big parade, where the streets were packed, just not in the way they usually are.
And I just enjoy seeing everybody and talking to everybody and dressing up.
Normally at this time at the Georgetown Circle, you'll find traffic. But today on Return Day, you'll find foot traffic. Down here to my right at the Old Town Hall, besides it, you'll see food and homemade honey. Down here to the left, you can find shoes and shirts. Anything you can imagine is here in Georgetown at Return Day.
All the way back in the late 1700s, Return Day was more function than fun. Voters would cast their ballots at the county seat and then would return 2 days later to hear the results. Charlie Koski says he always looks forward to Return Day.
The celebration, it's a beautiful day, and so I'm happy to be here and participate.
This tradition takes place every 2 years, so if you want to return for the next Return Day, you will have to wait until 2026.
For Coast TV News, I'm Brandon Ferguson.
President Biden is highlighting the importance of a peaceful transfer of power in the wake of the 2024 election. In a Rose Garden address to the country Thursday morning, Biden congratulated President-elect Trump on his victory. Biden praised Vice President Kamala Harris for her historic campaign and congratulated her on the race she ran, even if she came up short. The president also laid out his plans for his remaining time in office.
You can't love your country only when you win. You can't love your neighbor only when you agree. Something I hope we can do, no matter who you voted for, is see each other not as adversaries, but as fellow Americans. Now we have 74 days to finish the term, our term. Let's make every day count. That's the responsibility we have to the American people. Look, folks, you all know it in your lives. Setbacks are unavoidable, but giving up is unforgivable.
And President-elect Trump will take office in January with a Republican-controlled Senate, control of the House that still remains undecided by NBC News.
And new this morning, security prep work for President Biden as he is scheduled to visit our coast tonight. This will be Biden's 12th visit to his North Shore's home this year. His most recent stay was the weekend of September 27th. According to the Federal Aviation Administration, a temporary flight restriction goes into effect for the Delmarva coast. That'll be at 5 p.m.
New this morning, a big topic along the coast, beach nourishment and dredging at the Indian River Inlet. According to the Delaware Seashore State Park, that project set to begin soon. The agency saying a portion of the Indian River Marina will close for 2 weeks in preparation for work on the north side beach. That closure includes the grassy area between the marina and the riprap shoreline. The agency says the area will reopen once work is complete. Also new this morning, happening today, Delaware Senator Tom Carper will be visiting Sussex County. According to his office, Carper will be celebrating the opening of the new Tidewater Park playground in Laurel. Officials say the park is inspired by Nanticoke history. A lot of work and money has gone into the project. It took almost $1 million grant to build it. The event takes place at 11 a.m. at the playground there in Laurel.
Got a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Still ahead, car versus house. We're going to show you the damage from a crash in Milford, what emergency first responders were initially alerted for outside of the crash.
Also, big night in Baltimore. Combined 8 touchdown passes on the night by the Ravens and Bengals quarterbacks, and we have that comeback win in Crabtown.
And bloom boxes are open in Dewey Beach. We're going to tell you how you can get involved with the project to beautify the town. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
The Toyota RAV4 Legacy is earned as the best-selling SUV in America. Designed with the capabilities and comfort to tame the trail or road. Right now, get a RAV4 with low 3.99% APR.
This is my legacy.
Toyota, let's go places.
This Thanksgiving season, Delaware Electric Cooperative is giving $10 million back to the people we are proud to power. Members who received electric service from the co-op in 2012 and 2013 will receive a credit on their November bill. As a not-for-profit utility, the credits are a return on the investment members have made in DEC over the years. Our co-op belongs to you, and we're so thankful to power Central and Southern Delaware.
From our co-op family to yours.
Happy Thanksgiving!
I'm Kelly Geloff with the Law Offices of Tunnel and Razor. I became an attorney to help people in
most. Accidents and injuries can turn your world upside down, but you don't have to face the legal process alone. Our dedicated team has built a legacy of trust and commitment to our clients, ensuring you feel supported every step of the way. We aim to reduce your stress and be the voice you need to get the compensation you deserve. We're the personal injury team of Tunnel and Razor. Trust us to be your voice.
Surface Solutions is rolling across Delmarva, providing the best asphalt and concrete installation for your home or business. Our professional team is transforming the asphalt industry with an impeccable reputation for quality. We guarantee a timely response, unparalleled customer service, and a detailed free estimate in days, not weeks. Call the exterior surface specialists at Surface Solutions and ask about our special financing rates as low as 0%.
Call the professionals at Surface Solutions and discover the difference.
It is 6:40 on our Friday morning. Seeing some clouds and blue skies. The sun's coming up on our Tyndall's Casual Furniture camera. 56 in Laurel. And we're looking at sun and clouds now across Delaware. We had a few sprinkles earlier farther south, but even there in Maryland and Virginia, you're dry now. So showers have moved offshore, but we've got clearer air and drier air. And with the wind picking up this afternoon, that will elevate the fire danger. 57 in Delmar and Georgetown right now. 55 in Milton and out the door in Ocean City. You're at 62. We've got a light wind now, but that will pick up as we go into the afternoon. Drivecast this morning gave the green light with sun and clouds, and then breezy and mild this afternoon. Be extra careful as we do have that fire weather warning. Our umbrella giveaway winner today is Tracy Salamone from Millsboro. Congratulations to Tracy on her brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and CoastTV, and it looks like she can use that umbrella later Sunday into Monday.
Sounds good, Bob. Thank you. 28 bloom boxes were lined on Route 1 in Dewey this year. Dewey in Bloom says the bloom boxes are up with seasonal flowers. And if you're interested in getting one installed on your street, check out the Dewey Beach website.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
The Baltimore Ravens were back on primetime last night looking for a season sweep over Cincinnati. But as this matchup usually goes, it was down to the wire. We start in the fourth. Ravens down 1 with under 6 minutes left. Lamar Jackson floats to Mark Andrews for the score. Ravens score the 2-pointer to go up 28-21. Ensuing Bengals drive, Joe Burrow continues his assault on Ravens DBs, launches deep to Jamar Chase for a 70-yard touchdown. Chase racked up an insane 264 yards and 3 touchdowns in this one. This game is tied at 28. Same score, under 2 minutes to go. 3rd and goal for Baltimore. Jackson looking, rolling. A jump pass finds Rashad Bateman for the go-ahead touchdown. Ravens lead 35-28. Other end. Bengals need a touchdown on 3rd and 3. Burrow to the back corner for Chase again. Bengals cut the deficit to 1, and they want to go for the win. On the ensuing 2-point try, Burrow surveying his options. He'll start left, look to his right, eyes down Tanner Hudson, but they can't connect. Baltimore wins a thriller 35-34. The Ravens sweep the Bengals this year by a combined 4 points in the wins. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
And coming up tonight on DSN at 6, it is Down and Distance. It's followed by the Scoops and Scores pregame show, and that leads into live Delaware High School football. That's when Sussex Central visits Smyrna. At 10:30, we will all be watching Page Nittany Game Week.
All of us?
All of us.
Oh.
I thought you had the watch party this week.
Maybe not me.
Okay, maybe it was somebody else. And that will be the final score after that at 11. Let's check out the DSN Plus app. You got that Sussex Central Smyrna game, and then here are your DSN Plus exclusives. It's all Delaware High School football tonight here. Woodbridge at Delmar, Cape home with St. George's. Sussex Tech makes that trip across Route 9 to face Laurel.
And coming up Sunday night, the Detroit Lions are taking on the Houston Texans. You can watch that coverage. It starts at 7 on CoastTV. And then stay tuned for your hyper-local news coverage after the game. Some entertainment news now, however. We're talking Santa Claus and Star Wars news in today's entertainment report. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
It's been extraordinary, you know.
The future of Star Wars movies appears to be in this man's hands. According to Deadline and The Hollywood Reporter, Simon Kinberg, who co-created the animated series Star Wars Rebels, is set to write and produce a new feature trilogy set in the galaxy far, far away, with Lucasfilm chief Kathleen Kennedy also on board as a producer. The reports differ on whether this trilogy will be a continuation of the Skywalker saga or take the franchise in a new direction.
Oh, that's putrid.
Thank you.
What do you want?
You summoned me.
Not what I expected.
What'd you expect?
In the movies, the reindeer usually have the antlers, not you.
Kid, are you high?
A boy with a good heart and bad spelling gets a visitor from way down under instead of the North Pole in Dear Santa. Jack Black has a devilishly good time in the trailer for the Farrelly Brothers comedy, which arrives on Paramount Plus and digital platforms November 25th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Happy Friday, Delmarva. Here's what's coming up today at 4 on Coast Life.
Our friends at the Mayor Institute have a really great fundraiser opportunity. We're going to be talking the Fin Raiser.
And meet Homer. Look at that little squishy face. We are going to introduce you to him and tell you how you can adopt him and maybe get a veteran you know a furry friend.
Ooh, and with Friday comes another trending try. If it's out there on the internet, we're going to try it out for you. So.
For the most part, all that and more today at 4 on Coast Life.
Looking forward to that. We do have nice conditions in Lewis, I should say, right now in the tunnel of the Razor Camp. A little bit of a breeze. The bad news going through the day is that we do have a fire weather warning that is in effect for our area with lower humidity and higher winds. That fire danger could be explosive, but some much needed rain is on the way. I'll tell you about that on Futurecast and have the timing coming up in my full forecast in 2 minutes.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on Coast TV.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division like myself in cabinetry to ensure that you have the best product to fit your needs. And your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
It was very important to find somebody that was knowledgeable in the whole picture, the cabinetry, the appliances, and the countertop. We are delighted with the outcome.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Positive, focused.
Supportive and goal-oriented. These are just a few qualities of coaches who inspire their athletes.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and make a $500 donation to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an extra donation to their program.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
Delmarva Sports Network Coach Who Makes a Difference. Brought to you by Preston Automotive Group.
There's much to do and so much to see in the naturally charming towns of Maryland's coast. Worcester County. Pocomoke City offers a quaint downtown area with waterfront dining. Snow Hill, located on the Pocomoke River. Berlin, filled with unique shops and farm-to-table restaurants. Ocean Pines with community parks. Ocean City with 10 miles of beach coastline. And Assateague Island National Seashore with beautiful beaches and wild ponies. Discover all there is to do and see in Maryland's naturally charming towns. Go to visitmarylandscoast.org.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Foul odors, discolored water. Are you running out of hot water more quickly? These are all signs of sediment buildup in your water heater. And as the buildup becomes more severe, it can even cause a premature tank failure. Flushing the tank periodically can prevent these problems. FH Fur has you covered. Get a water heater flush for $49. That's right, a complete water heater flush for only $49. Act now and get a plumbing inspection free.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Time is now 6:48. We are going to go take a live look at Laurel. I always like to see the sunrise in Laurel, Bob. It looks real pretty from that angle, but we do maybe wish we saw more rain clouds this morning.
Yeah, and we had some clouds this morning, Paige, and we actually had a few sprinkles farther south into Maryland and Virginia, but nothing that's going to end the drought or really knock down the fire danger. In fact, that fire danger goes up as we go into the afternoon. Fire weather warning for the entire state of Delaware and the eastern shore due to low humidity and some gusty winds this afternoon. That goes until 6 p.m. This also includes Easton, near Cambridge, and then farther to the north as well. And then we're not alone. D.C. back through Philly into New Jersey, New York, southern New England also under this fire weather warning as well. So really much of the East Coast is seeing drought and very dry conditions. And we continue with severe drought conditions. This is the latest drought monitor that comes out every Thursday. So the severe drought conditions continue to expand, and that will until we get some measurable rain. Now up to 43 straight days with no rain. Last measurable way back at the end of September, September 27th. We only had 1,300s. The old record was 34 days back in 2001. We have the clouds. We had a few sprinkles earlier from Salisbury down into Chincoteague. You can see on our radar replay, we had a few of those little sprinkles, little showers earlier, but now, well, things are drying up. We have a front to the south. We have some showers offshore. There's the front, and behind it, we're looking at drier and cooler air. You can see this white complexion to the satellite. That's definitely cooler air, but it's very, very dry as well. That's why we're concerned about the fire danger. Not dry in the Rockies. They're seeing heavy snow and measuring it in feet in New Mexico, in Colorado, and we're seeing rain from Kansas down into Texas. Unfortunately, it looks like that low is just kind of spinning in place out there and will not really be affecting us. We're looking at temperatures out the door in the 50s and 60s. Light winds now will ramp up later today. It's morning clouds and then sunshine, and it's cooler today. 60s this morning, only upper 60s by the noon hour, and mid-afternoon 60s and low 70s. So that will help with the fire danger a little bit. What will not help are the gusty winds and lower humidity. Those winds will be gusty this evening. And looking good for Friday night lights as temperatures falling through the 50s. Windy along the coast. Look at the yellow and red arrows here Saturday morning. Otherwise, a breezy and chilly morning with 40s and 50s. And then we're really not getting out of the 50s tomorrow afternoon. Only mid-50s around Millsboro to 58 in Salisbury, and low to mid-50s at the coast. As we go into Saturday evening, it will be chilly. There could be some cloud cover. Sunday morning could keep it a little warmer, but I think we will see some 30s as we go into Sunday morning. Our next best rain chance comes later Sunday evening, Sunday night, and Monday, and I think this will break the streak of dry days as we're looking at winds that are getting gusty as we go into this afternoon and this evening. And then it's windy along the coast, gusts over 30 miles per hour into your Saturday, but then those winds back off as we go into Saturday evening. Certainly good to see about 2 to 3/10 of an inch of rain possible Sunday and Monday. Here's powerful Hurricane Rafael in the Gulf of Mexico. The good news is it weakens as we go through time, but some of the moisture could be heading our way along a cold front. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 71 today, 59 Saturday. Could be frosty Sunday morning, and then rain later Sunday into Monday. Veterans Day, another rain chance comes on Thursday.
Thank you so much. Today, police will continue to investigate after a car crashed into a house and then hit another car that was parked into the garage. We're going to show you the extensive damage on your screen. It happened in Milford on West Bulrush Drive. The Carlisle Fire Company responded before 11 a.m. They say they were originally called out for a small fuel leak. No word just yet on any injuries or what led to that crash.
Got an update on a tragic story we had for you earlier this week. We now know the name of the man who died in a crash Monday night in Seaford. According to Delaware State Police, 64-year-old Dwayne Jackson was killed in this accident. It happened on Route 13 sometime around 8. The early investigation shows that a Kia, driven by a 33-year-old Milford woman, crossed into Jackson's path. That resulted in the crash. She was hospitalized with serious injuries, and we do not have an official update on her status.
Time is now 6:52, and we are going to check in with our Coastal Pet of the Day.
And today's Coastal Pet of the Day this hour coming to us from the Brandywine Valley SPCA. That is Sabrina on your screen, a very affectionate and simple kitty. She would rather approach you for attention, but will meet your hands when she does. Melt your hands, I should say. If you want to adopt Sabrina or any other lovable pet, you can visit the Brandywine Valley SPCA. Better not let my wife see that one.
It sounds like she'd be a good first cat, maybe, if you guys have been thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know, good, simple kitty. Think about it. All right, don't forget, we want to see your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos. Tell us what makes your pet so special.
Scan the QR code, get your friends to us here, and then watch weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
Beautiful camera out of Cambridge this morning, seeing the sun shimmering off the boats in the marina. Mostly cloudy skies. We'll see the winds picking up this afternoon, lower humidity with a fire weather warning in effect for our area today. Could be explosive fire danger. Then much needed rain end of the weekend to the weekend and beyond. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
What are you doing here? I'm here for your 6-month crawl space inspection. Come on, follow me.
I should get out of these clothes.
Believe me, my friend, it's perfectly clean down there. I can't stress the importance of having braziers monitor your crawl space.
What is there to inspect?
Your sub pump, your dehumidifier, and we inspect your whole crawl space for you.
You can't beat that type of service, and there's no bugs down here.
Which reminds me.
Son-in-law, is my room ready yet? Come on.
Absolutely.
Ever have a day that just couldn't get any worse? Meet Tyler, the champion of chaos.
Having a day that's gone from bad to worse. When life throws you a string of unfortunate events, the Law Office of Trapp Nickel is here to provide a helping hand. Our experienced workers' compensation team is here to fight for your rights and help shape your misfortune into meaningful compensation.
If you've been injured at work, don't wait. Get the justice you deserve.
The Law Office of Trapp Nickel. Your priority is our priority.
Minor surges happen every day in your home, shortening the lifespan of electronics and appliances. Major surges can destroy them instantly. Smart homeowners protect against surges. Like a seatbelt, you're glad you have protection when the need arises. A surge protection system from Expert Wire safeguards everything from kitchen appliances, TVs, to your home's heating and air conditioning system. Expert Wire ensures professional installation for complete peace of mind. Leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
Exterior home remodeling can be a stressful and time-consuming process, but it doesn't have to be.
With Advance, all it takes is one call to take care of it all.
Whether it's building your outdoor dream deck or updating your home's windows or siding, we provide quality craftsmanship for all of your home remodeling needs. Our experienced consultants will ease you through the process from the initial phone call to installation, so you can find a look you'll love for years to come.
Don't chance it, advance it.
How many bottles of water do you drink every day? Wish you could get an endless supply of bottle-quality water right at your sink? You can with Shore Water Refining. For about $2 a day, you'll never need to buy another bottle of water. Our reverse osmosis system will take up less room than one case and save you time and money. And as a bonus, we'll install an emergency shutoff valve under your sink to protect you while you're away. Absolutely free. Call or visit us online at shorewaterde.com today to get started.
Alrighty, it's 6:56. Time for a look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Yeah, we're heading into the weekend, Bob, with a drought-related warning.
Yes, we are. We knew it would be inevitable with these dry conditions that we are looking at a fire weather warning in place for all of Delaware, also the eastern shore of Maryland. Low humidity, gusty winds this afternoon will contribute to the possibility of explosive fire development. That fire weather warning until 6 p.m. Even though you're not in the warning farther south, you definitely want to exercise caution and stay safe. Eastern shore also under that fire weather warning. Otherwise, here's your day part forecast. Clouds this morning, and then we're seeing sunshine this afternoon. Winds pick up, it dries out, a high around 70. It will be a little cooler, so at least we have that going for us. That should lower the fire danger a little bit. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, 71 today, and then Saturday 59 degrees, much cooler and breezy with sunshine. Could be a little frosty Sunday morning. Otherwise, Sunday clouding up 65, rain later in the day. I think we break the streak with measurable rain into Monday, Veterans Day. Won't be raining all day, 73. Cools off after that, dry Tuesday and Wednesday. Then more rain, we think, Thursday into Friday, and then maybe dry and cooler into next weekend.
All right, Bob, thank you, and thank you all for joining us on Coast TV News today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
We have Coast TV News midday at 11, so stick with us.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Friday morning and weekend, everybody.